Hey all, Dahbadu here. So I just wanted to introduce my League starter for 3.17. It's an Absolution Guardian. It's a homebrew build. It's a lot different from how people are building Absolution, but I think it's quite competitive. It does about as much damage as like high-end Skelly Necro. It's really tanky. I want to finish the build first before I, put out a POB and go more into detail because there's still things that I'm tinkering around with. But I'll show you kind of the mechanics of how it works. So one of the things about Necros is they get self-offerings. That makes them incredibly strong for minion builds. Guardians don't have that. They get other nice stuff, but they don't have self-offerings. So if you really want to make a Guardian work as good as a Necro, you got to give it offerings. And one of the ways to do that is this body armor, the Queen's Hunger. And when you combine it with this belt, Leash of Ablation, you can potentially make yourself have all of the offerings at once. Now, I want this to proc whenever it has a chance to proc, so I have Corpse Walker boots on. So it gave me Flesh Offering that time. Let's walk, good. It gave me Bone Offering there. Let's see if it gives me the third offering or just refreshes one of them. Okay, it refreshes one of them. So one of the issues and weaknesses is you can't always rely on which offering you're going to get. But as you'll see from the gameplay footage, generally you'll have at least 2 to 3 offerings up. The most important one really is to have Bone Offering up, which is up right now. And that will, as you can see, it really caps out your block and everything like that. And when you block, you get life regen, and that's great because this build with all your procs up has a lot of life regen. Why is life regen so important for this build? Well, it's important because I'm using Pious Path. These Forbidden Flesh and Forbidden Flame Jewels are actually pretty cheap right now, and I think Pious Path is one of the stronger ascendancies in the game. Not the strongest, but it changes game mechanics, and that lets you do fun things. As you'll see from the gameplay footage, I'm really tanky, and that's because I'm using Mind over Matter on top of my other defensive layers. And so 30% of my damage is going to my energy shield. My energy shield is regenning as much as my health, essentially. And it's also solves any weird mana issues as well. It's great. So that's kind of it. I'm using these gloves, which I really like. And I have Hatred with Generosity on it. And I have Zealotry and Determination affecting me as well. That's important because I have a Watcher's Eye on here that I really like that lingering for 2 seconds. Pious Path also lets it linger for 2 seconds. I really want Consecrated Ground everywhere. Lets all my guys do more damage. It reduces curse effectiveness, and of course gives you a ton of life regen. You'll notice from Pious Path, it increases the effect of Consecrated Ground by 50%. So that's a lot of life regen and energy shield regen from that. So hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay footage. I have some sweet music accompanying it. And take care, guys. I'll see you later.
Are you the fisherman, or are you the great?
I must have time to gather my will.
God's will.
Look at me.
That stretches the sanity of the line.
Find them!